Welcome back. We're going to continue with our interpreting practice about police community support officers. And remember, I will speak for 1 or 2 sentences, I will stop, and then you will be required to interpret those sentences into your own languages. Contrary to what many people seem to believe, the role of community support police officer is a paid one. It shouldn't be confused with the role of the special constable, which is a voluntary, unpaid role. Although it does vary from police force to police force, you could earn up to £16,000 per annum before overtime. Do you or one of your family or friends have what it takes to become a police community support officer? Well, firstly, I should point out that there are no minimum or maximum height requirements, although you may be slightly more effective if you're 6 foot 5 inches tall rather than 2 foot 5 inches. There is also no formal educational requirement, but you will have to pass written tests. I'm afraid we'll not be able to consider an application from anyone who has received a formal criminal caution within the past 5 years or who has ever been convicted of a violent crime or a public order offence. I'm also minded to point out that some tattoos, whether visible or not, or facial piercings, may also be unacceptable. Basically, tattoos are unacceptable no matter where they might be on the body if they're rude, crude, racist, sexist, sectarian, homophobic, violent, or intimidating. I recall one chap who attended one of our open days a couple of years ago. He seemed quite well spoken and seemed very enthusiastic about becoming a PCSO. In most other circumstances, I would have tried my best to encourage him, but I couldn't take my eyes off the swastika tattooed on his cheek. It's true enough to say that I haven't seen him around in the canteen since, you know. The minimum age to become a police community support officer is 18. The retirement age for all police staff is 65. What kind of person do you need to be? Well, you need to be confident and level-headed. You need to be able to deal with difficult people, and I really do mean difficult. You have to be sensitive to situations and to people, and to be able to read between the lines on occasion. You also have to have the hide of a rhinoceros, metaphorically speaking, of course. But don't worry, after you've been called a bleeding pig for the 350th time, it'll be like water off a duck's back. I hope it doesn't sound as though I'm seeking to discourage you from applying. I'm just trying to give you an idea of how challenging the role can be. Of course, it can also be highly satisfying. So, if you or someone you know wants to know more about this, please take an application form from the table behind me, or just come up and have a chat with me. We'd love to have you on board. So, there ends our interpreting practice and our recruitment advert for police community support officers. I hope you enjoyed this exercise and I hope you did very well. I'm sure you did.